Thank you.
And now over to Ron for the next guest on the afternoon show on chatandspinradio.com.
And the time now on Chat and Spin Radio in the UK is 5:42 p.m. But before we speak to our next guest, as the listeners have just heard on the jingle, we are a not-for-profit station, and that's why we're fundraising for the station, so support us if you can. But we've got our next guest on the line. Who's calling and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the Peak District, Ashbourne, Derbyshire. My name's Colin Joseph Galtrey, and I'm a writer.
Colin, yes, you are a writer. Now, just tell me about that. Well, you've written a lot of books, I do know that. So just tell me about the books that you want to talk about right now.
Well, I started writing 6 years ago, from an idea basically about a detective I had in my head for about 14 years. And I eventually got around to writing the book. And I just had one printed and passed it around to a couple of people and to somebody I thought might be quite subjective about it. And they came back and said they loved it and when was I writing another one? So that sort of took me a little bit by surprise. I thought, maybe I can do this. And over the 6 years, I've now written 38 books, and I'm writing about 5 different genres. Basically, detective is the main one, 23 books on John Gammon, a Peak District detective, which has created quite a stir, to be honest with you, because a lot of people come to the Peak District on holiday. And I use the local pubs and the areas and the dales, etc. I changed the names slightly, and it causes intrigue. So I've had people going into the local pubs that I know, and they'll phone me up and go, I can't believe I've had holidaymakers in here today. Wanted to know if this is where John Gammon drinks. The character. So it's created a little bit of, I have like adverts in all the guest houses and the local papers and all that sort of thing. So it's created quite a little industry on its own, if you like. So yeah, it's quite good.
Now, if people want to check out your other books, as well as the one that you're talking about right now, where do they go?
Well, I have my own website, which is www.Colin Galtrey, that's Galtrey, all one word, .co.uk, and they're all on there. And if you click on any of the books to read them, it'll send you straight to Amazon, where you can listen to a sample if it's on audio. You can listen to the book to read. You read it if you like on Kindle or on paperback.
And yeah, continue.
I've just started actually. I've had a lot of requests for audio books, and it wasn't something I really wanted to do, if I'm being honest with you. I just enjoy writing, but I've had so many people ask me, so I thought, well, I'll try and do that now. So I've currently got 6 on audio, which I'm very pleased with. There are some very, very good people narrating the books, and I've got another 8 currently going through the production stage. With the plan really being, hopefully, I can get all the books on by maybe Christmas this year. That's my plan.
Well, that would be good if you could, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. It's a perfect time. Obviously, because people are, because of COVID, etc., been at home, I have seen increase in book sales because something for people to do, I guess. They have to read a book or something. And you do have, sales are always peaks and troughs anyway, but certainly summer months, people going on holiday. I had a funny one. I went to America last year, and on the plane I looked across and there's a guy reading my book, which was a lovely thing. So yeah, that was quite a nice thing to have. So
well, yes, that's right. You should have told them.
Well, you just think, oh yeah, we do it a little bit bigger. But I wrote that book. But it's nice to see somebody.
Well, yes, but to read a book is a form of escapism, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah, and I do believe, I try and make it so that people I mean, I have people that actually buy the books, waiting for the books to get them, and they read them in a day. They sit and just read them, which is lovely. You know what I mean? So I like to just try and keep people entertained with it, not make it too heavy. You know, not over describe things, because I think imagination is the best thing. Most people read a book and then they'll go see a film. They go, you know, the film was nothing like the book, but they never are, because your imagination takes over when you read a book, doesn't it?
Well, yes, of course it does. That's right. But it's not only a form of escapism for the reader, but it is for the writer as well, isn't it?
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. You're in your own little bubble, if you like. You are that person or that character, or you know, as you're writing things, it's as I say, I write about 5 different genres. I wrote my first love story, which I've wrote 3 now, but my first one I really enjoyed writing that, and then I wrote a couple on afterlife. A guy, sort of, I don't know if anybody watches Coronation Street, but a Roy Cropper type guy, and he gets information from the afterlife on crimes.
Well, that's right, yeah. Right, well, Colin, we'll have to leave it at that, and thanks very much for coming on. That was Colin Galtrey on the line from Ashbourne in Derbyshire, in the UK. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks, Ron.